Hi everyone, Heather here with Raven Hayes Healing and Divination. I'm going to talk to you about developing your Clair abilities. So, before I start, make sure you click the like button and click the subscribe button so you get future updates on the other videos, okay? So, starting with the Clair abilities that we discussed in the previous video. Clairvoyance being your ability to see images. This is using your third eye. Some of the ways that you can develop your clairvoyant ability, your ability to see images, are as follows. Now, with all of these clair abilities, the most important thing that you can do is to meditate. Meditation is going to be a given with every single one of these, okay? You will always want to meditate to improve these abilities. Now, specifically with clairvoyance, one of the things that you can do is to visualize things. Visualize more frequently. What exactly does that mean? Well, it's so simple. Daydream. When you daydream, you are visualizing. So do more of that. Do more of visualizing. Visualizing is also so prominent when you're working on manifestation type issues. When you're trying to manifest things, you want to visualize what it's going to be. So use your visualization. Another thing you want to do is to keep a couple of journals handy. And these could just be simple things that you buy from the dollar store. One is going to be a dream journal, and you want to keep that right at your bedside, okay? Whenever you wake up, the first thing you need to do is, if you can recall your dream right away, you want to write it down. Write down all that you can remember. Now, you can come back to it later on in the day or in the evening, but first you need to get it written down, because you will undoubtedly, as you go through your day, forget. It's human nature. So start a dream journal. And the other thing you want to do is have a journal, a part of your journal for symbols. Because when spirit communicates to us, they often do so using symbolic messages, symbolism. Okay? So, for example, I often get a symbol of a tube of lipstick shown to me. And that doesn't necessarily mean a tube of lipstick. But what's the symbolism behind that? And to me, that's more self-care, taking care of yourself when you're a woman. So symbol journal is very important, because you're going to see some repetition. You're going to see the same images. And so those images have a specific meaning to you. That's your spirit guide showing you the same image, which has a specific meaning to you. Now, the next thing you want to do, you can use some crystals. With all of these, you can use crystals or stones to help with developing each specific ability. Using stones could mean holding them, meditating with them, carrying them with you throughout your day. You can stick them in your pocket, you can stick them in your bra, you can stick them really wherever you'd like, okay? So using crystals and stones. Lapis lazuli is going to be a stone that you may want to use for your clairvoyant abilities if you're working on developing those. Or a clear quartz crystal. A clear quartz crystal is a crystal that you can actually charge with an intention and then carry that crystal with you. You can also use certain scents in the form of either incense or essential oils. And some of the best scents for developing your clairvoyant abilities are going to be scents like frankincense, jasmine, or even cinnamon. Now, being very careful with an essential oil like cinnamon, because that's something that may be a little caustic to your skin, okay? So there's your clairvoyant ability. That's how you can start working on that, your ability to see images. Next, we move to your clairaudient ability. That's your ability to hear things, hear messages. Kind of sounds like when you're talking to yourself. Now, a couple of things you can do to start developing that ability and to fine-tune it are listening to sounds, taking time out of your day. Just sit quietly and listen to the sounds that you hear. Try and separate those sounds. Separating. I hear a car going by. Okay, I'm hearing a bird. Separate those sounds and really, really listen to what you're hearing. You can also do an exercise where you imagine sounds. And this can be done by closing your eyes and just picking any sound, pick the sound of a drum, and imagine that sound so that you can hear that drum so clearly in your mind exactly how it would sound if you were to hear it normally, okay? Or a bird. Pick any sound and mix and match and mix them up. Another thing you can do is listening to specific music. And the recommendation tends to gear around, what do you call that music? Where you've got all different, not so much symphony, but where you've got all of those different instruments in the musical piece. If you listen to musical pieces like that, you can try to separate each instrument and listen specifically. Listen specifically for the piano. Listen specifically for, say, the bass or the drums, okay? Separating out the music and listening, training your mind to listen to each sound specifically. You may want to use crystals for your clairaudience, and some of the best ones to use for that might be selenite or snowflake obsidian. Also, if you're going to use essential oils or if you're going to use any kind of incense, specifically for helping with your clairaudient abilities, you may choose something like a grapefruit scent or bay laurel. Those two would be ideal for working out your clairaudient abilities. Now, let's move to the final two, the clairsentience. Clairsentience is that feeling, that clear feeling when you really get a sense that something's not right, or you just get a bad feeling in your gut. This is very much related to your solar plexus chakra, those feelings. And there's a couple little exercises that you can do to really work on that specifically. You can do an exercise where you take an object and you just touch the object and pay attention to the feelings that that object brings up in you. This works very well if you're using objects that aren't yours, and also if you're in an antique store, or if you're touching objects that are older or have belonged to somebody else. Maybe they were handed down, okay? Touch the object and pay specific attention to the feelings that come up when you touch that object. The other thing you can do is to look at photographs, and they could be photographs of other people specifically or events, and paying attention to the feeling that you get when you see that picture or when you see that person. What feelings are you getting? The more you hone in on thinking about what you're feeling when you're touching a certain object or you're looking at a certain picture, the clearer those are going to become to you, and you're going to be able to recognize them a lot easier as time goes on. Clear cognizance is your ability to clear thinking. This is when you just know, clear knowing. You just know, you don't know how you know it, you just know. And you can develop that a little bit further by practicing stuff like automatic writing. There's plenty of tutorials on how to do automatic writing. Automatic writing is also used in techniques like remote viewing. And remote viewing is great to develop both all of your clear senses, and as well as clear cognizant ability, because you're using automatic writing when you are practicing remote viewing. Okay, you can also definitely meditation with the clear cognizance is ideal. This is related to your crown chakra, your clear cognizant ability. It's very much related to your crown chakra, your clear knowing. That's the chakra up here. And labradorite is a crystal that is immensely helpful in developing your clear cognizant abilities. So grabbing some labradorite and holding on to that as you're meditating, or having it nearby or touching your skin as you're practicing automatic writing, is going to help amplify those abilities. Scents that may help with your claircognizant ability are going to be scents like frankincense, sandalwood, and vetiver. Those are going to help you to open up that crown chakra and further develop your claircognizant abilities. So those are some tips and tricks and little exercises that you can start doing to develop each one of those further. What I would do is pick the one that you feel maybe needs a little work and start there. If you're unsure of where to start, pick the one that you think, well, I feel like I have none of this ability. So let me just work on that one a little and kind of bring it up to the same level as the others. And if you have any questions or you have any other tips and tricks that you've done that are effective, throw those in the comments below. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.